There's the Pakistan lineup, and the first chance for many to see Shoaib Akhtar, said by many to be the quickest paceman in the world, aiming to hit the 100-mile-an-hour mark during this competition. Their World Cup preparations not the best. The weather severely hit their warm-up matches. The West Indies led by the incomparable Lara, but they'll be looking for substantial contributions from other players up the order, notably Simmons, Adams and Chanderpaul, Ricardo Powell making his debut. Well, Pakistan won the toss, they batted, and we pick things up with the fifth ball of the first over. Ambrose is bowling to Saeed Anwar, and our commentators are Jonathan Agnew, Viv Richards, Imran Khan, and first of all Richie Benno and Colin Croft.
Beautifully bowled. He's tied him down throughout the over, then just given him the one, pushed away towards the slips just to see if he'd like to have a dart at it. Oh, that is an absolute cracker of a delivery. That has started on about midland leg. It's gone past the off stump and his outside edge as well. Beautifully bowled. 4 for no wicket. Who's on the offside for that? That's glorious stroke. Perfect timing, 9 for no wicket, and 4 overs gone. No, this is not what Courtney Ambrose wanted. The shake of the head indicates that. 15 for no wicket, 5 overs gone.
Saeed Anwar and Shahid Afridi are very aggressive people.
Oh dear. Well, after the problems of last over, Courtney Ambrose has had an opportunity. Sherwin Campbell has put on the grass.
Extra bounce, a little bit of the aggressive type shot from Anwar, straight into Sherwin Campbell, and he made tremendous meal of that. That was a very bad miss.
A wonderful piece of fielding. Got some good fielders in this World Cup. He's one of them, Chanderpaul.
Again, a little bit of indecision in this call for the run. Taken well eventually. Chanderpaul, those swoops, dives. One on the ground, hits the stump.
Come a time when he'll learn to throw without needing to set himself for it from that position on the ground. Rhodes and Ponting and others. Got him. This time Ridley Jacobs has taken no chances. He's gone across in front of Campbell. Picked up the first wicket. Courtney Walsh, who's made his name on this ground in England, apart from the great name he's got in the West Indies, has taken the wicket. Shahid Afridi out for 11.
Well, again, Shahid Afridi, I think, is just a little bit tentative here. Doesn't play completely behind the delivery, a little bit square, a nice juicy edge, and Ridley Jacobs making sure. Courtney Walsh not yet celebrating, just nods as if to suggest, that's what I want.
bat in the air. Lara's running underneath it. How's the wrist? Pretty good. Very coolly taken.
Yes, well, just when I was thinking that they'd got away, that, I'm afraid, was a crucial wicket for Pakistan. Sayyidan were one of the best stroke players in the team. Having seen off most of the new ball, I think he'll be very disappointed with that stroke.
The brainstorm, really, against a bowler such as Courtney Walsh. Only in the 10th over. There goes Brian Lara. It's not easy taking a catch over your shoulder. And he hasn't played a lot of cricket recently either, but there we are, taken securely. I thought Brian Lara did smile when Wasim decided Pakistan would bat first. That's the situation so far. Both openers are out. A lot of batting still to come, of course. Here's Mervyn Dillon from Trinidad. Oh, that's gone straight through. It was along the ground, I fancy.
And a very good ball. I thought it, after angling everything in, that one just left Razzaq off the wicket.
Ridley Jacobs. What a terrific throw. Well, we'll have a replay. Well, Errol Hare calling for it.
I found he didn't really ground his bat in, and he seemed to... I think he could have been out, really, because the bat was in the air.
Well, Ridley Jacobs had that glove off in a flash. That was the secret. Let's watch. He came scurrying round, the ball flicking off the pad. Now watch Ridley here. Gloves off. What are we going to see? I think he's there, Imran.
Yes, very lucky, because he didn't ground it in the last minute, he just put his bat in.
Certainly one. Fielded by Dillon. Just going back to that point, Imran, it will in a way make this therefore a very interesting tournament where the bowler has a bit of a say.
Beautiful ball. That was really an unplayable delivery.
Just wondered if there was a little inside edge there. Couldn't see anything of the stumps from our position here. Might have been a nasty moment for the batsman. Oh, you can see it very well. No better example of what Dillon should be doing than the point Viv Richards was raising a moment ago. And that is the third wicket. 42 for 3 now. And 18.3 overs gone.
Yes, I'm still not going to stop saying, Richie. I cannot understand, especially when you have conditions like this. Don't care how good the wicket is at this particular stage and how well it looked in the morning. I just felt that it was just a little bit brave on behalf of Wasim to decide to bat.
And Azhar Mahmood is coming in now. A very talented player. Someone who is said by many, particularly in Pakistan, not quite to have achieved the things of which he's capable. Well, he'll have the problem of facing Dillon. Got to be out. Jacobs, the first baller. Azhar Mahmood has gone, and the Pakistan innings is in tatters. Dillon has picked up 2, having bowled 6 wides. Courtney Walsh.
That was a shot, Richie, that looks like he was in for quite a long time. When you just come in as a batsman, and especially what you see has been happening, we just saw what happened to Razzaq, one nipping back off the seam, and with him being bowled, first ball up, that was rather loose. And you've heard over the years that this guy sometimes can be rather casual. And certainly that was a casual shot.
Wasn't all that short. Though in the end he was just trying to help it away. Well, he helped it just to Ridley Jacobs. No problem about this. It was a perfectly simple catch. Even with Simmons coming across to look rather anxiously to see what was going to happen, they were all crowding around him. Make the last minute dive. So 4 down now, and Pakistan in real trouble. That was a beauty. Now he had the batsman there shaping to play out to mid-on, then desperately trying to play an adjusting stroke. That's a lovely stroke. And equally good. Desperate attempt, but beautifully played, and it's 59 for 4. He's creamed that away over the top of extra cover. Now this is going to be the fight back in this pair, Ijaz Ahmed and his partner Yusuf Johanna. This is the period where they know they must have a dash at it. 1 for 12 for Ambrose, 2 for 12 for Walsh, and 2 wickets for Dillon as well.
That's a good stroke. Up go the flags again.
Perhaps the best way to describe this would be clobbered. This was pulled from just outside off stump. Pakistanis are celebrating. You see this, he just decided that he's going to pull that from outside off stump. Both batsmen now playing it rather cagily. Phil Simmons asked for something. It's end of over number 26. It's 86 for 4.
That doesn't look very promising at all, in that Atherton might also have to bowl, let alone bat. At the moment he seems to have a bit of a problem there. The ball moved suddenly, it just slipped away, it kicked off, he had to change direction very quickly. You can see there he's got a full set of studs, and Atherton's in trouble here. Well, he's got some thinking to do. That's a good shot. Singles, and now a boundary.
Well, the Pakistanis have certainly found their voice, those in the crowd that is. Ijaz is talking with the bat. Courtney Walsh just pitching this ball up on just about middle and leg perhaps.
Well, there's the 100 up. He's taken some time. Close, surely, yes. A vital breakthrough for the West Indies, and Brian Lara's tactics have worked.
Well, he started very well here, Mark Dillon. He's bowled 9 wides in the previous spell, but he couldn't have wanted a better delivery. That was not quick. I think that was just pitched up And Ijaz Ahmed is having problems even removing himself from the field. He still stopped there, but it dropped exactly on his toe. This was pitched up, maybe just middle and leg. He played across it and that hit directly on the top of the boot. He's still having problems hobbling off.
That's a good shot. Okay, so we're coming into another counter-attack. We had the one with Ijaz Ahmed and Yusuf Yohana. Ijaz Ahmed has gone now, and these two young players, they don't show any lack of confidence.
That's a great shot. Bisecting the two fielders at the boundary, and that should give Pakistan a bit of a relief.
Would you believe it? These two young players had the chance of a wonderful rescue action. And having hit that magnificent boundary, the shot of the day, Yusuf Yohana has gone for the blaze next ball. Might have just been deceived a little with the pace, perhaps a slightly slower ball from Phil Simmons induced the stroke. And it's 135 for 6.
Well, let's see here. Nowhere close to it. But I can't help feeling, Richie, that they're still not used to the English conditions. I mean, they look at the line of the ball and go for the shots. There we see Simmons catching a high one. Wasim Akram coming in. A lot of responsibility now and pressure.
He's shown that immediately.
Good shot. Terrific stroke. Perfectly placed. Put as many as they like out there. Way over their heads. And that's all the way as well. So much for the breathing space. Now, is that going to be a stumping off a wide? The wide has been called. Ridley Jacobs has whipped the bails off. And umpire Orchard has called for the slow motion replay. A beautiful piece of wicketkeeping, out or not. Kenny Palmer's the man who has to make the decision. And he's okay. Huge hit. A real skimmer.
I'm afraid, Jonathan, that one's not coming back.
West Indies can breathe a sigh of relief, possibly. Ambrose is back. He's got 2 left. Maybe not. There's the 200. And don't they love it? Oh dear. Well, it's fantastic batting. And what a transformation in this innings. Dealing with that too, but it's in the air, and how well held by the substitute. My word, West Indies needed that wicket. But what a terrific innings from Azhar Mahmood. 37 from 50 balls. 2 sixes, 4 fours. And the new batsman, Moin Khan, who is very, very dangerous at this stage in innings. Well bowled, Courtney Walsh. When the bat's flying, it is straight and full. But what a magnificent innings from Wasim Akram, who's given his team a real chance here. He took a gamble when he won the toss, and there were some raised eyebrows when he announced that Pakistan would bat first under these grey skies. 42 from 28 balls, just the injection that his team needed. Three balls to go. Oh dear. Well, is that a no ball? Yes, it is a no ball. If it's caught, it's not out. Can be run out though. One ball to go. Just one, and that completes it. 229 for 8. A terrific fight back by Pakistan. Helped, you have to say, by the unfortunate injury to Keith Arthurton. It's meant that Brian Lara has had all sorts of problems out there. 229 for 8.
Well, what a finale. From 42 for 4, 2/5 of the way through, in tatters, as Richie said at the time, to 229 for 8. The Pakistan side would certainly have settled for that. A huge run surge in the last 10 overs, and Wasim Akram was the top scorer at the end. In Arthurton's absence, Jimmy Adams proved extremely expensive. There were 10 wides from Mervyn Dillon, but the old stagers Ambrose and Walsh are still the men to watch. 4 wickets between them at just over 3 and over. So, as it ended up, an interesting target, 230, 4.6 and over, the required run rate, and we pick up the action with Akhtar bowling to Campbell. It's 3 without loss in the second over.
This is the man they say is the fastest bowler in the world, Shoaib Akhtar. They say he's been up to 99.5 miles an hour with the recorded delivery. There have been some really fast bowlers over the years who've done that. Here's his first ball in the World Cup. Well, that is the most extraordinary beginning to anyone's career I have ever seen. This fellow, said to be the paciest in the world, has rushed up, bowled one short. The batsman, it's been on him so quickly that he hasn't been able to get through with his pull shot, and it's run off his bat for 6.
Wasim to bowl now after that very quick Shoaib over.
Well, there's half excitement there, and it was a very, very good stop, but it did look as though it hit the ground first. That's the subfielder. It's just hit the ground before him, but nice stop. Shoaib Akhtar. Campbell taking strike.
Well, I did not expect Shoaib to be bowling so accurately. He, of course, is helped by the conditions, as I said, which are not conducive to as much swing as they were in the morning. But I felt he would have trouble like Dillon did, trouble in controlling the swing and controlling the wides. But so far Shoaib has hardly bowled a bad ball. Everything is on the spot. He's bowling with great pace. Golden. That ball beaten completely by pace. The ball perhaps slipped back a bit. He was making the ball go away, and that just instead of going away, came back slightly, but really it was the pace that did Sherwin.
I don't know how fast it was, but it was too fast for Campbell. 9 in 10 balls, 6 of them from that involuntary stroke with the first ball he faced. And that has done him before he's even half got his bat down. Magnificent delivery.
Well, bear in mind that this is not a fast wicket.
Now just have a look where this ball hits the stumps. Well, that's right at the top of the off bail, off and middle. So the long hard look that Campbell gives is first of all disappointment, but nothing to do with the pitch. I'm not too sure how he did that. It looked to be just about the perfect delivery. Just swung a fraction from Ridley Jacobs' middle and leg stump to middle, I'd reckon. And he has clubbed it away. We've got 2 left-handers in now. First batsman Shoaib Akhtar bowled at was a right-hander, Sherwin Campbell. It's an absolute cracker back between bat and pad.
Shoaib does need to put the ball a little further up to the batsman, like he did the previous one, because anything short just gives them enough time to see the ball. It's the deliveries that are pitched up that are causing the problems.
A slower ball, and it's beautifully timed. Too good for the man at third man. Jimmy Adams has found the boundary. Another touch of experience from him that he waited on the ball. He picked it pretty early, and then he waited on it and just guided it away. That's very nearly another 6 from a little defensive jump. And that was played fairly late as well. Wasn't quite sure what Ridley Jacobs was starting off to do there, but I don't think it was what he finished up doing, which was clubbing it down the ground for 4.
Here's the final ball of his 5th over. And he's still bowling at a lively pace, and Jimmy Adams has felt that. Oh dear, that's an eye-waterer. Well, we have a change in the bowling, as we thought, but it's Sack Lane taking off Shoaib, which is not necessarily what I thought. That's a confident start. So we have the change in the bowling. Azhar Mahmood coming on from the pavilion end. Lovely shot. Jimmy Adams at his best.
That was sweet.
Went very firmly. Struck very firmly indeed to Afridi.
Get up, come on, what? Come on, Saki.
You don't see Sack Lane drifting down the leg side too often, and when you do, you make the most of it. And that's neatly taken. Pakistan really wanted that. Into Mahmood's slip. It's the end for Jimmy Adams. My word, Pakistan wanted that. Well, here we go. Captain of West Indies, Brian Lara. Not 100% fit, but desperate to take an early part in the World Cup. He's pleased to see him. Lara's first ball. Wow. What a remarkable way to start the World Cup for Brian Lara. There's another one.
And now bring in change. Abdul Razzaq, right arm fast medium, coming in from the pavilion end.
Problems here. A miscue. Ball has been attempted to be hit on the onside by Lara, and it's slewed away off the outside edge. And Abdul Razzaq has taken what may well be to date his most important wicket in cricket.
Now Brian Lara is talking to himself. WIvsPAK Ahmed is taking this catch. It's taking an agonizingly long time to come down. And everybody at this stage wondering what would happen next. Here's WIvsPAK. He's got it in his grasp, and Pakistan celebrate. Brian Lara is back into the pavilion. He's made 11 from 9 balls. It's 84 for 3.
Shivnarine Chanderpaul is the new batsman, another left-hander. Comes out to join Ridley Jacobs, who's on 24. That's a crisp stroke. There's not much of Shivnarine Chanderpaul, but his timing is generally pretty good. He's just lent into that one. The ball was angled away from him. It's a nice stroke. Got him in some arm. Ridley Jacobs goes. Now the West Indies are in a bit of trouble because the wickets in the number of overs are around about the same. And Pakistan are whittling away at them.
Razzaq takes another wicket here. Ridley Jacobs driving. He's been trying to do this quite a few times in this innings. This time he actually gets an edge. Inzamam maybe just juggles it once, but eventually took the catch. It was high enough for him to get a second chance at it. Moin Khan celebrates. Razzaq celebrates. Pakistan are now really well into it. They've taken perhaps the West Indies' most aggressive batsman, Ridley Jacobs.
Now the West Indies scorecard looking a bit frazzled. Campbell out for 9, Jacobs 25, Adams 23, Lara 11, and Chanderpaul 13, and Ricardo Powell coming out now to join him. And that's a beauty. That has started, I reckon, as the batsman began his stroke. It started around about middle and leg and has missed his bat, pads and the off stump as well.
That's a good shout. Far Orchard ruling not out as a leg by. Wouldn't mind another look at this one. Put that foot across and got stuck in front, maybe just going down the leg side, but you can see the leg stump there.
Very well bowled. Thank you, brilliant bowling.
He bowls an orthodox off spinner, he bowls a genuine top spinner, and he also bowls a finger spun leg spinner, which is just extraordinary.
It's rather extraordinary that you see this sort of field set in modern day cricket for an off spinner. So that goes to show you how highly this particular individual is rated. because I think we've got long on up and long off up. So it's inviting Ricardo Powell to have a go over the top, but straight.
He's gone over the top, but not straight, and this should be caught. Well, that has to be an experience, hasn't it? Johanna taking the catch. And that is not a good moment for West Indies. Pakistan, of course, are delighted. But you did emphasise, Viv, he had to go straight.
Yes, that's right, you know, because, you know, we all know how wily Suckling can be, and this is why he had mid-on up and mid-off up, and Mr. Ricardo Powell took the bait.
Yes, give the bowler credit. A very good field setting. There's Johanna, really an easy catch for him. Phil Simmons, I'll have a chat. And there you go, knocking gloves together, talking about things. That's how it's shaping up. Comparison.
I think, in a sense, he's been not a great achiever at West Indies level, but I thought when he was picked for this particular trip that, you know, he would have been very valuable to West Indies' cause.
Neat stroke from Chanderpaul.
Sun not quite beating down on us here at Bristol at the moment, but at least it's glinting away. Feeling's brilliant. Tough going out there for the West Indies at the moment. Ball's going past the edge of the bat when they do get one off the middle. Fieldsman dives and makes a brilliant save.
Azhar Mahmood.
Brilliantly caught. Mohan Khan had to make the decision of whether or not he was going to go across there, and he decided to do it rather than leave it for Inzamam, although the ball was going to Inzamam's good hand, which was his left hand, and that was a fine catch, and it may just be the winning of the match for Pakistan. Phil Simmons was someone who could play in very, very belligerent fashion towards the end, and Azhar has got him now. The ball with the seam was perfectly straight all the way down. Was there a little jiggle in Mohan Khan's glove? I don't think so. Just looked for a moment as though he mightn't have been absolutely certain about it. Simmons has gone for 5, 141 for 6. We know that Courtney Ambrose can be a very, very awkward customer as a batsman. That's out. Given by umpire Orchard. Razzaq knew he was on the way down to Mohan Khan without bothering to look at the umpire. Ambrose is gone, and it's 142 for 7 now, and Razzaq has 3.
Courtney Ambrose walks very slowly back, but I think that the West Indies now would be suggesting to the supporters that this thing is not going the way they planned. Now this ball was swung just at the very last moment and found Ambrose's bat being pulled away from his pad. Mohan Khan was celebrating, the bowler was celebrating, but I don't think that Ambrose was really impressed, except that umpire Dave Orchard decided that that was out.
Keith Arthurton is the man coming out the centre now to join Chanderpaul. Gone and forgotten. Well, perhaps not forgotten, but that's the way it's going to be for the West Indies. Quite a firm stroke, and straight to the man at point. Keith Arthurton has played the stroke. And it was a neat enough catch, but nothing really difficult about it.
Well, Addison, again, not getting sufficiently forward because he could not. In the end, a relatively easy catch to side and war. He's celebrating. Pakistan will celebrate. Addison has made 6 from 14 deliveries. The West Indies are 161 for 8.
Lovely shot for 4 and 50 for Chanderpaul. Good innings. This is the 13th time he's had a half century in limited overs internationals. Two overs to go. Last one from the pavilion end. All in trouble here. Well, we've seen some odd things during this day's play, but there may be nothing more odd than that.
Well, I think Chanderpaul really was hit so hard on his foot, he should have gone for the single. And because he was hit hard, he just stayed put, and of course Merv Dillon did the right thing. He should have gone for the run, and suddenly he found that Chanderpaul wasn't moving. This is a very fast Yorker which hits him straight on the toe. So here we see him struggling with his injury. Merv slipping, and here a very straightforward run out. Jubilant Pakistanis. Great shot. That was a wonderful shot by Chanderpaul. Ball coming in from round the wicket. Quite an angle. Drifts in quite, look at that, and really well timed. Section of the crowd think the match is over. It was a really bad miss by Moin Khan. The match would have been over.
Square. Catch is taken. In the end, it was quite a good catch. He was dropping on him sharply. There's no shortage of people on the ground, but umpires and players are trying to get off in safety, which may not be all that easy. And this is how the final wicket was taken. Chanderpaul calling out. Yusuf Yohana, the man getting under it. Very difficult in the end. It was dropping sharply on him. And all out for 202, the West Indies.
Well, an innings that went into free fall after Adams' dismissal in the 17th over. A terrific performance from Chanderpaul, all 9.5 stone of him, but in vain. And just look at those last 6 tallies. 4, 5, 1, 6, 6 and 0. Saklan Mushtaq, a real handful, and 3 wickets each for Razzaq and Azhar Mahmood. As for Shoaib Akhtar, well, 2 wickets, but he conceded 6 runs and over. Mahmood's all-round excellence